Hello, grade 10s. Welcome to our third class of rounding off real numbers. Okay, so we need to learn to round off. So as our third objective there, let's look into it and see. Now, round off the following numbers to the number of decimal places indicated. So here the DC is just for the shortcut of decimal places. Now, in this case here, when you're told to when you're asked to answer this question, 1,234 to 2 decimal places. Now, what do you need to understand here? When you are saying 2 decimal places, it means that we need 2 numbers after the comma. Now, when we need 2 numbers after the comma in this case, what do we see? That we have to look at the number after that, the second number. So this number here, when you look at this number here, we must check, is it below 5 or is it 5 and above? So in this case here, it's less than 5. Now, when it's less than 5, it doesn't change anything on the 3. So what do you need to do? You need to take it down. You need to take it out. So when you take it out, you're going to be left with 1,2,3. And this becomes our answer, okay? Now, when you look at this one here, I just wrote the same thing here, 1,235. Now, when we are actually rounding off to decimal places, we count 2 numbers after the comma. These 2 numbers after the comma, we look at the number after the second digit that we want. We need 2. So the number after to the right, we see that is 5. So when it's 5, as long as it's 5, here it's equal to 5. So when it's equal to 5, what do we know? It's going to change this number. It's going to add 1 digit to the 3. So it's going to be 1,24. So this becomes the answer. So we take it out. The 5 will actually take it out. Now, when you look at this one here, this is above. This is above 5. So in this case here, we are saying it's greater than 5. So when it's greater than 5, we also add a 1 here on on the number on the left. So in this case here, it's going to be 1,24. So you can see that this is the same answer. Why? Because the number is greater than or equal to 5. That's what we need to check. So we are using 5 here. We need to use 5. As long as it's above 5 and above, we add 1. And if it's below 5, we don't change anything. Now let's try to do these questions here. 10,32596, 3 decimal places. Now, when it's 3 decimal places, what we need to do? We need to look at this number here. And when you look at this number here, it's 5 and above. And what will happen? It will add a 1 on the 5. So our answer there will be 10,326. Okay, that becomes the answer. Then what about this one here? We need 4 decimal places. We're going to count here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we look at this number here. And when we look at this number here, it's above 5. And when it's above 5, we're going to add 1 here. Then it's going to be 3,3779. Okay, that becomes our answer. Now, what about this one here? We need to have how many numbers? 3 numbers after the comma. 3 digits after the comma. Then what do we do here? 1, 2, 3. And we are ending at 9. So we need to look at 8. But now when you look at 8, now 8 is above 5. It's going to add a 1. When it add 1 to 9, it's going to be a 10. 10 is going to add here, 10, and it's going to change everything here, what we have here. It's going to change everything that we have here. So until here, where we're going to have another 0 there. And when we have another 0 there, we're going to add a 1 on the 8. Then it becomes 9. Becomes 90. Now, when it becomes 90, we need 3 decimal places. So when you're asked to leave 3 decimal places, we're going to put 3 zeros after the comma. We don't need to leave it and say, no, it's going to be 90 only because we're left with zeros after. No, we need 3 digits after the comma. We need 3 numbers after the comma. So in this case, you're going to have 0, 0, 0. Okay, so that's what we need to do. What about 4 pi? When you're given something like this, we need to find your calculator and say, okay, what's my calculator? 4 shift pi. What do we get? We get 12,56637. So 12,56637. And here 061. This is the number that you're looking at. And we need 4 numbers after the comma, 40 after the comma. 1, 2, 3, 4. And when you look at 4, we just gonna look at 7. And 7 is above 5. It's gonna be 12, 5, 6, 6, 4. Okay, so this is our answer there. Now let's look in real life. What do we need to do when we are rounding off? Would you round the following up or down? Now we have different scenarios here. You can't leave when you are looking at things like number of people, number of dogs. This data we refer to as discrete data. So in this case, it only exists as whole numbers. So you can't leave it like 1,5 people. You can't say 1,2 dogs or 1,2 cats. You can't do that. You need to round up. So in this case here, it's gonna be 2. Okay, we are rounding up. Okay, and this will leave us with 2. So average number of cats per house 1,2. Then it's gonna be, we're gonna round up to 2. Then here average number of people who live in a house in India is 6,7. It's gonna be actually up again here, and it's gonna be 7 people. Now you can see that we are not respecting the rules here. If we are to leave it as a whole number here, we need to look at 2, and 2 is below 5. But why are we rounding up? It's because these are these are number of cats. It's not like money where you can round down, or we're using the rounding of principles. So in this case here, let's look at your bill at a restaurant comes to 27 rand 99. Now you can see that 99, it means that we're gonna say 28, but if you check with the prices, yeah, I think you guys are buying a lot of things, and most prices you can see that it's a 12 rand 99, 5 rand 99. But you ask yourself, why did they give you 10 cents back? Why did they give you 10 cents back? Because they can't charge you for an extra rand that is not there. So what you need to do here is you round down. Okay, you round down to, in this case here, because now we're going to look at the currency that is there. You're going to look at the current that is there. Can you pay a 5? You can't leave it 5, but you can only leave it, because we have got 10 cents, so you can leave it 27 rand 90. This is the one that you're going to be charged there. Then here you worked for 3,35 hours. In this case here, you haven't worked at least half an hour. So it's going to be, if it was 3,5, we're going to go up. But in this case here, we're going to go down, because in this case here, it's going to be down as well. So you're rounding down to 3 hours. We can't pay you for extra, time that you haven't worked for. But if it was 3,5, then we can actually go up to 4. The average number of students in a class is 25,1. So in this case, again, we round up. And when you round up, there is going to be 26. Okay. So in this case here, these are real life situations, and you must know how to actually deal with them. Okay. This is your homework. This is your practice work. You need to send this, and so that I can check if you are coming all right. Don't miss the classes. Don't forget to join our Google Classroom, and also to tell your friend, so that you can have access to the PDF, and also video classes, and also any updates that I'll be actually having throughout the year. Okay, so thank you so much, guys. Until next time. Bye-bye.